Thank you very much, Anjali. There's a lot of questions coming in. Just hold on. After our Bill's presentation, we'll get into the panel and we'll answer all of the questions. Thanks a lot. Great insights. Let me check. Sayan, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me take a minute to introduce you. I believe, Sayan, you also have Tim with you. You both are going to do a joint presentation. Welcome, Sayan and Tim from Belle. Talking about Sayan, Sayan has over 2 decades of experience and have helped many organizations in several digital transformation projects. He's been associated with Belle now over 15 years in various roles in cloud and IoT domain. He currently serves as a senior manager of IoT business development, and he will be sharing experience, particularly in this event, from a service and solution provider perspective. As far as Tim is concerned, he is the chief architect in Belle for IoT. Floor to you both, Sayan and Tim.
Thank you so much, Carter. Can everybody see my screen here first?
No. Anjali, can you unshare the screen, please? All right. So now please try sharing, Sayan.
Okay. Okay. I'm doing it right now. Can you guys see it?
Waiting to see.
Not yet.
Not yet. Interesting. Share my desktop. Okay. I'm doing that right now.
Still not.
It's coming.
Yeah.
You see it now?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carter. Before I begin, just want to say a huge thank you to the Testopper team for organizing this event. I would also like to thank my peers from Microsoft and Tech Mahindra. A huge thank you to the sponsors of City of Brampton, Claire Barnett and Microsoft, and the attendees. Thank you all for taking the time to attend this event on a Saturday morning. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Going to this presentation, as my peers from Microsoft and Tech Mahindra mentioned, IoT plays a key role in digital transformation, Industry 4.0. Telcos such as Bell Canada play a significant role in IoT and digital transformation. We basically provide the connectivity that connects the devices and sensors to the cloud. In layman's terms, we are the enabler in the digital transformation journey. As Anjali mentioned earlier in her deck, there was a deck on layers on the IoT stack. We are the network layer in the IoT stack. So my presentation is going to be how Bell Canada, about Bell Canada services and how you can join our IoT partner community. Basically, the overview of Bell. I think we all Canadians, we know about Bell. Bell is Canada's largest communications provider. We have over 21 million customers, $21 billion in annual revenue. Our company evaluation is at $70 billion. 99 of the top 100 businesses or companies in Canada use Bell. We have services from media, from connectivity, LAN and WAN networks, hosted infrastructures, applications, mobility and IoT solutions, and we also focus on residential customers from internet, TV, and home phone. The next slide over is basically the brands that Bell is associated with. Bell, as you see, is a brand name in Canada, and these are the pictures that you see that's associated with Bell, from The Source, the Virgin Mobile, CTV, HBO Canada, and most importantly, the Canadian teams, the Toronto Raptors, the Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Toronto FC. These are notable names across North America, and Bell has ownership stakes in these companies. This is basically an overview of Bell. The next slide is basically going to talk about Bell's IoT architecture and services. Just to talk about how Bell is involved in this digital transformation. This is a simple diagram just to show the attendees how Bell plays a role in the IoT stack. So basically, you see on the right, you see a 4G router, you see an embedded machine. These embedded machines have sensors, and these sensors talk to the connectivity. We're the ones that enable the connectivity, where it goes to the Bell CO and goes to the cloud, where You see Microsoft, AWS, Google, IBM, they take that. So this is part of the journey of the architecture. We can talk more in depth in our panel conversation about how this works. So basically just wanted to give you an overview about this. As we go to the next slide, we'll talk about Belle's connectivity services. So Belle, right now we're using 4G connectivity. 4G is known as LTE, and LTE basically is the commonly used connectivity for IoT solutions right now. We came out with a new network called LTE-M. It's a low power LTE network. It's referred to long-term evolution category M1. Which is used as a low power wide area network. This is basically leveraging our LTE network. It's a software based on the LTE network. You also can, if you want to see where LTE-M is coverage wise, there's a link on this slide here. You can definitely go on this slide and put in your address or postal code, and it'll basically tell you if LTE and LTE-M is available. Just to let you know, Bell Canada owns 80% of the network infrastructure in Canada and has access to 99.9% to rural, to urban areas where people have LTE. The next slide basically is just a picture to show you where LTE-M, how LTE-M, this IoT connectivity technology, how it works basically. Provides long-term battery life for sensors, enhanced coverage that can go deep in the basements, network and device security, and also low power bandwidth, and also the costs are much cheaper. This is basically what we offer right now. We're coming out with 5G this year, later on this year. With 5G, we're introducing a new technology called NB-IoT that is even for even low bandwidths, so up to kilobits, from 10 kilobits up to 200 kilobits, NB-IoT will be providing. LTE-M is approximately from 250 kilobits to 2 megs. And this is basically to help with the costs. A lot of sensors are going to be out there. In Cotter's, I think, in AJ's, Ajetha's slide deck, he said over 80 billion devices will be connected. So the devices will be with sensors, and they need to be connected to connectivity. Hence, that's what NB-IoT and LTE-M is coming out. Hence why LTE-M is basically used for this type of technology. As we go to the next slide, just want to talk about Belle's services and how you can join Belle's IoT partner community. So Belle has a partner community where we bring in partners such as OEMs, service integrators, startups to join our community where we collaborate and we partner with each other. Basically, most of these partners will require connectivity from us as part of their solution because they would like to sell their complete solution to the customers. What we are seeing as a trend is big companies don't like to deal with 3-4 companies. They want to deal with one customer who can provide one provider who can provide everything from the connectivity to the device to the platform to the testing. So a lot of service integrators like this role, like to basically sell this to their to the customers, and they bring in the Bells, the Microsofts, the Googles of the world, or the device manufacturers of the world, and they basically, through a collaboration partnership model, they present to the end customer. So, and the important thing is IoT projects are complex. That's what Ajetha mentioned. It is very complex, and 70% of the projects are failing because there's no collaboration, there's no partnership. Individual companies are going in, talking to the end customers and telling them we can help you with their journey, but they're not helping them bringing the team in. So it's very important as Belle's IoT partner program, we can help you with that. We can provide you the connectivity. We can also help you with a lot of with technical like installation services. We can design, we can develop, we can also do hardware installation. We have over 3,000 certified professionals that can help you complete install solutions and so forth. So we can help you with all these things. There's a list of items here from help desk to proof of concepts, integration, customer order management. So we can do this for you as well. You can leverage Belle's staff to help you in terms of rolling out your IoT solutions. The next slide also as well is we have great bargaining power with distribution partners and also OEMs. So you're able, this is especially for the startups because they don't have the buying power. We have the bargaining power. We get these kind of hardware from our distributors and OEMs with a distinctive price advantage. We can pass that advantage on to you, and you guys can basically, the startups can basically bundle it with their solution and sell it. Because if a startup was to come and buy equipment from Ingram Micro or Avnet or Cisco or HP, they're not gold or platinum partners. So we have that ability to pass that on to the startup. So we can help you with that, and like for modems, routers, sensors, we can help you. And also we can also configure, stage, install, and also certification. We can certify your devices on the Bell network. They have to go to a protocol first with FCC and PTCRB. However, we can certify the devices on the Bell network, so making sure that the connectivity works with the device and there's no issues whatsoever. The next slide over is basically, again, relaying back to my earlier conversation. We can help you with customization, develop, support new applications. We do have the largest data center footprint in Canada. We own a company called Q9. We have approximately 32 data centers in Canada. So a lot of companies are using our data centers to host their infrastructure and so forth. So we can help you with that aspect too as well. If you're part of our community, you get access to this too as well. The next use case is, next slide is basically talk about our use cases we have done recently with Hyundai and Armstrong Fluid Technology. But Hyundai, we're going to speak about it more in depth. Basically, Tim Ing, our chief architect, was involved in this project with us, and he's going to briefly talk about the Hyundai project. Tim, go ahead.
Hi, thank you, Cyan. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so everybody knows Bell is a connectivity company, landline connectivity, cellular wireless connectivity, but I want to highlight that Bell, we're more than just a connectivity company. We have a lot of professional services, Cyan mentioned some of them, that we help use to help our customers to bring their solution to market. The Hyundai Kia solution is a great example of that. As many of you have heard, there are connected car solutions such as GM's OnStar. Well, Hyundai and Kia had the vision that they want to offer driver safety, driver convenience features, just like GM did. And they started on a journey to implement this in their cars. So about 6-7 years ago, I first got involved with Hyundai. They issued an RFP asking for a cellular carrier. And when we reviewed the RFP, we noticed that they did not ask the right questions for a connected car solution. So we sent a lot of questions back to Hyundai, and they ended up scrapping the first RFP. They rewrote it, issued a second RFP for a connected carrier for their connected car solution, and we won the RFP. So then Bell started on our partnership with Hyundai to help them develop their connected car solution. One of the things we did initially, we provide the SIM card connectivity, but we provide customized services. So for example, we had to customize their voice connectivity. We whitelisted their voice so that only certain entities could actually make voice connections with their cars. We helped them with security, with their data between the car and the Hyundai data center is completely private. It's end-to-end private. We call it a private APN architecture. So their traffic, the telematics traffic from the car, is not exposed to the internet. It's actually physically isolated from the internet. So we have full end-to-end security for their cars, talking back to their Hyundai data center. We helped Hyundai develop their hardware, the dashboard head unit. It has a 4G modem in it. And Bell, we have certification services, as Cyan mentioned. and we tested their head unit, the modems in their cars, and we made sure that we worked out all the bugs with their cellular connectivity head units on our Bell network, and we granted them certification, Bell certified hardware, all that to make sure their cars are actually communicating properly on the Bell network. We helped Hyundai do their field testing. So in the early stages, they had test cars driving all across Canada. And what Bell did was we provided one of our wireless technicians in their van following along their test cars. So the idea was when they noticed a problem, our technician, because they were right there with their test cars, was able to more quickly troubleshoot and resolve any issues they might have. Ongoing, up to this day, we support Hyundai with stuff like customized reporting. So operationally, they asked Bell to give them reports on SIM usage, which was a bit customized. It was not standard information we normally would report on. But we do things like this to help our partner, Hyundai, with the ongoing operation of their connected car solution. So today, in 2019, I think they officially launched. It's Hyundai calls it Blue Link, and Kia calls it Uvo, their connected car solution. They made it available to the car models in 2019 and 2020 now. So if you buy a new Hyundai, it'll have a Bell SIM in it today. That's their partnership with Hyundai. Sign, I'll send it back to you.
Carter, are we good on time? How many minutes we have left?
As usual, over time, but if you want to wrap it up in a minute or two, we're good.
Yeah, sure. Perfect. So again, thank you, Tim, for presenting on the Hyundai use case. We also have several use cases that we want to talk about, but unfortunately, due to the time, we can definitely talk about it in the panel. Also, if you're interested in joining the IoT Partner Program, please give us a call. My number and my email address will be in the next slide, I think. Let me pull it over. Yeah, perfect. So please feel reach out to me on LinkedIn or via cell phone or email. We'd love to talk to you. For us, it's all about collaboration and teamwork and partnership. So in this new era of digital transformation, the most important thing people need to understand is collaboration and how we can work together. So that being said, again, thank you so much for your time. And Carter, over to you.
Thank you very, very much, Sayan, and the Bell team, Tim, for sharing your insights. All right, so let's see how we are doing with time. So we have 15 minutes. So what I